Tucked away in the valley of Los Angeles, 42 miles northwest of Disneyland, sits a tiki bar with a 78-drink challenge called the Grog Log. Drink all 78 drinks within 1 year, and you get a plaque with your name on the wall. Let's join two thirsty friends for a little My Time as they embark on a drunken journey through the log and talk about dumb shit like theme parks, drinking, and drinking at theme parks.
Welcome to My Time.
We're back.
We're back at the Tonga Hut.
Rope dropping on kind of a busy rope drop afternoon.
Yeah, we always rope drop the Tonga Hut. We get here first. Rope drop everything.
We rope drop it all.
That's my philosophy in life.
Rope drop
anyway,
for life.
I'm Dave. I'm here with my partner in Grog, Corey.
Hi, friends.
And we have a guest.
We have a very special guest. A very close friend of mine who will now be a very good friend of yours.
I hope so. I'm a fan.
Brittany Noelle.
Hey.
Hi. We were personal trainers together at Equinox in Marina Del Rey and worked together for many years and have remained close through life changes and job changes.
So many jobs.
We also have very similar interests.
I follow all your accounts on Instagram. So I feel like your interests are my interests.
Yeah.
She's wearing a Gryffindor shirt.
Your social media presence is very much who you are as a person.
It is,
and I mean that as the best compliment.
Thank you. I try to be me.
I'm going to propose that we just start drinking.
All right, let's try to
Great.
drink.
We've got drinks on the table.
Great.
And
I thought he was proposing to me already. I was like,
Yeah,
so soon.
Yeah.
That's it already.
Yeah. She's
He
like,
started
Let me
drinking
call
some
my
more.
father. We asked if we had anything left on the Grog Log that included whiskey.
we got a lot left on the Grog. So 78 drinks we need to
We're
drink.
about halfway
and we're almost halfway.
That's commendable.
Okay, so
All right, let's drink.
we're starting with something called an Eastern Sour.
Eastern Sour.
I knew it was a sour. I could
Okay.
tell.
It's a lowball glass.
It looks like an AI drink because it's kind of like you ask for a tropical drink and you're like, I've never seen a lemon and an orange
Yeah.
garnish.
But also the lack of mint. Like there was a choice to not add mint.
It's also quite yellow.
Yeah, orange. Okay.
I was
All
going
right.
with orangey yellow.
Orange yellow?
Orange yellow.
Okay.
You know.
And Brittany, we have a tradition here
Okay.
where if you have a cheers you like to say to your friends or family, you should share it with us.
Told you I'm a live streamer. So my biggest supporter's name is Tiki T. And he is always talking about because, you know, he loves Tiki Tea drinks and we're in a tiki bar.
Right?
But love him to pieces. But he can't manage to smile convincingly unless he is cheersing. It's the end of the
Ah,
cheers.
There you go.
So to work on his smiles, we will go cheers.
Perfect.
To like accentuate the smile. And I go, there you go. Cheers.
I like it.
Here we
All
go.
right, let's do it. Ready, everyone?
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's given sour. It's given sour.
It's good and sour. Oh. Okay.
It tastes like a whiskey sour to me.
tastes
Yeah,
like
there's
giving
not
whiskey
much going on here.
It's giving standard whiskey sour.
Eastern Sour. Here's what's in it. Orange juice, lemon juice, orgeat. Orgeat is almond syrup.
Okay.
They house make it here.
Okay.
Rock candy syrup,
Mm.
and bourbon. It's a drink by Trader Vic.
Oh, I do taste the almondy notes.
I taste the
on the back
almondy
end
notes
now.
We have that second sip, and you're like, what do I actually taste in this?
I'm getting like a glimmer of the rock candy of my childhood.
Mhm.
Just a glimmer.
I'll be honest, it's a little too sweet for me.
Yeah, I'm not a sweet beverage person. I'm
Me
an alcohol
neither.
connoisseur, so
Yeah.
you know, hit me with that bourbon, baby.
Honestly, it's just a solid middle of the road 3
It's
for
a,
me.
yeah, it's a solid regular whiskey sour to me.
It tastes like a whiskey sour.
It
I
gives
agree.
me whiskey sour.
I don't dislike it.
Yeah.
I'd get it again.
Yeah, I'm not typically the person that's going to get a whiskey sour because I do feel like they tend to err on the side of too sweet for
Too
me.
sweet, yeah.
I'm a Manhattan drinker, so I'm a Manhattan
Okay.
old fashioned kind of gal. So
Yeah, I'm an old-fashioned gal, too.
yeah, just give me them dark and strong drinks.
So I saw on your Instagram,
hmm
you gave up fitness competitions.
Yeah.
And you referenced that you did it because you also love to drink.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah. So I was
And you
like,
like
hell
it.
yeah.
You like tasty
food. I love food.
Right.
Brittany is the perfect example of taking health and fitness very seriously, but also enjoying her life. Like, she's works out very regularly. Right. She's very serious about that. She's very serious about her nutrition and drinking, etc. But she does everything in a way where she enjoys her life and lives it very healthily.
I gotta learn it.
Thank you.
I gotta
Healthily?
learn this.
I think
I
healthily
need
is
to
good.
absorb that from this table.
She does.
I'm
She does
very-
the best version of moderation I've ever seen.
I
to be
cannot
honest.
moderate.
Thank
I
you.
cannot moderate for the life
Which
of me.
follow her on Instagram because she gives great freaking tips.
Thank you. I'm not someone that's going to go overboard on anything.
Right.
So I'm fine with having a little bit. That's also my Disney secret. Like, I go and we order all the things, but I
Yes.
don't
This
finish
is one
all
of
the
our
things.
big questions.
To be
for you,
honest,
yeah.
I will taste everything. If I feel like it is delicious and it's worth those calories, I will consume it. If
Yep.
it's very middle of the road, I'm like, no. So I'll either give it to who I'm with,
Right.
or I'm just done.
This is also very interesting to me because I saw you eating a sweet from Disneyland, and you're like, not worth the calories. What in your mind is hands down worth it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I love their caramel apples. They're always worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love their cake pops. I will eat the cake
Okay.
pops all the way. And then right now there is, during Pixar Fest, there's this Luca parfait. So freaking good. I would
Oh
eat that
shoot!
thing the
I
whole
didn't
time.
have that.
What's in it?
See, I'm a little girl at heart. I freaking love blue Jello. I always have, and it said parfait, so my healthy brain was like, "Oh, parfait!" Like,
That's
you know,
good,
Greek
yeah.
stuff for you.
Yeah.
When I looked at it again, it wasn't actually Greek yogurt. It's actually like a ricotta cheesecake or something
Oh,
with like
interesting.
graham crackers at the bottom, and then a little like blue Jello layer, and then there's a cookie on top.
Right.
Freaking delicious. I was like, this is too delicious to be Greek yogurt. Not that I love Greek yogurt, but it was so decadent. When I looked
You
at it,
were
I was
like,
like,
it's
this
not.
It's
yeah.
cheesecake. So good.
What are like the staples at Disneyland food wise that are not worth it?
Oh, that are not worth
Not
it.
yeah,
worth
I'm
it.
like kind of interested in like the knots.
Like over caloric intake that is not worth it as far as taste to you.
I think again, everything's subjective. So like, I'm not a churro girl. I never have been.
Right.
So I will do it for a friend, but I never get a churro and go, that was worth it. But I'm strange. I'm not a huge fan of the corn dogs either.
Oh.
Again, I don't know why. It's just the breading of it. I
It's
don't
a
like
lot.
things that taste very fatty. That's just a me
It
thing.
tastes
It
greasy. It's
And,
greasy.
like greasy taste, I'm just like, that's not
I'm
what I
honest,
want.
to be
Okay, so
honest.
I'm a
So
greasy
I'm-
boy.
Yeah, I'm not a I think this instantly, like, just my instincts go, oh, that's just a lot.
That's fat.
Right.
Yeah.
That's unnecessary.
Right.
But that's just me and my palate of things that I'm probably going to pass on.
Sure. I'm with you on the churros. A basic churro, worth it. Every other churro that they
I
like,
just do a lot on. I keep
get outta
trying
here.
them. It's
I
like
like
it's
the
just
regular
not.
cinnamon. A fresh baked
It's-
regular cinnamon, I
Yeah.
think is delicious. Anything else, I'm good.
Can
They
I-
get real adventurous with them.
this might be
At the other friendship.
controversial. Any Disney breakfast, not worth it.
I think breakfast with Minnie and friends. I'm always love it.
Where
I
at?
love at the Plaza Inn. I
Okay.
love a good French toast. They can make a good French toast.
Okay.
And they make a decent omelet. That's the only breakfast that I consistently like.
But did the characters have something to do with your opinion of that
No,
breakfast?
I don't think so. Because I don't always see my favorite characters.
I mean, I'll even say that like a Mickey waffle, which is like one of like the things that
Yeah.
everybody like hands down loves.
Apparently, different people do the waffles differently, and I didn't know that. I recently saw a guy that was like rating all the different Disney waffles.
Supposedly, like a cruise ship has the best waffle or something. I don't
He
know.
said
like-
some place that was in, well, we're not at Disney World, but at Disney World, there was one that he really enjoyed that was somewhere. And then there was one at like their hotels that was like a chicken and waffles
Right.
situation. But yeah, I don't rush to get breakfast at Disney. I do agree. I usually will wait till lunch. I'm trying to think of something else that's really, really popular. Like I remember the first time I had a Dole Whip, I was very neutral on.
Right.
I love the chili Dole. I will get a regular chili one. The regular Dole Whip or the Dole Whip float. It's not that it's not good. It's just I'm not a huge ice cream person. I love
the tiki
sorbet.
with chili
I get the mango
Yeah.
chili one.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Dole Whip.
from behind
From the Tiki Room.
Tiki Room. Yeah.
I'm
so
I'm
that's
down with
nice.
that. I like that
But
one.
But there's something else that I feel like is very, very popular. Like I'm not gonna go rush to get like the fried chicken. A lot of people rave about that. That's just
It's fine.
it's fine. It's not the best I've ever had. I don't
It's
need
like
to go.
a theme park.
Yeah, I guess for me, when I'm thinking about what is worth it, like I want something that's gonna be unique. Like I can't get this anywhere besides Disney.
Right.
Like
Right.
this is just a Disney thing. And then I want it to again satisfy like this is decadent. Like if this is good, I want to eat everything. It's
Yeah.
well balanced. But yeah,
What's been like the best if that still existed, I'd get that every single time.
So I really did enjoy Remy's pizza at Gusteau's. I was surprised
okay.
of the ratatouille pizza because I was like, I hate squash,
Yeah.
and I just don't
You
even
hate
like this.
squash?
I don't like squash. I very much dislike it. But that cheese, I did a whole thing about it. He put a little piece of cheese on it that he gave his brother. It made it.
Yeah.
It went from like, as a kid, you either had the little Lunchables pizzas or little Hot Pocket pizzas. And as a kid, you loved that flavor. Like, you just loved
Yeah,
it.
sure.
So it brought back the nostalgia of like that little thing, but then it elevated it with the very adult cheese.
That's good.
So like, it took me from like, I felt like the food critic of when he felt like he was a child. I was like,
yeah.
this is giving me.
Which is
This-
that not Disney?
That
You
was.
have that
Yes.
like nostalgia.
That's awesome. I love
Yes,
that.
This
it's
is
great.
definitely that, but elevated with cheese. And I can't say I don't like it because it's a familiar taste that was delicious at some point in my life.
Wow.
Nice.
And then I think it was the elemental cart. Everything there was so good. It was like there was a plant-based something, and then their drinks were really good. Like the elemental cart hit on everything
Yeah.
Okay.
this year for Pixar Fest. for
Wow.
me.
Oh, that's
they had
awesome.
like 3 or 4 things that were really, really good.
Normally those like
Carts
food
don't.
carts are like for me so not worth it.
Oh yeah, this
I-
time it was. I will say this, my personal opinion. There's one cart, the noodle cart, lets me down every time. Don't go to the noodle cart. And
Okay.
it's sad because you think noodles delicious.
I feel this so hard because
Yeah.
I love noodles.
You think, and then
Yeah.
even during like the Lunar
How can
Festival,
they mess this
they
up?
do, and even during like the Lunar Festival,
Garlicky noodles. Oh, that's
Bruh.
got to be so good.
so flippin' dry every time. And they had
it
the Luca
sucks
pasta.
the saliva out of your mouth.
I don't understand how they mess up noodles. And the thing is, like, they'll have the
And it's
flavors.
always in that same spot.
That's what I said. It's that. It's the cart that's next to.
The tin can.
Yeah,
The tin can rockets that shut down
Yes.
if there's the slightest of a breeze.
Exactly.
Yes.
That cart, you'll get betrayed every time. Even during
Oh.
the
You are
Lunar
absolutely
Festival when you're
right.
like, give me Asian food and do it well.
That is such
They
a good
failed.
hot take because
Yes.
everything from that
Everything's
part is
disgusting.
bad.
They had the Portofino pasta, which I was so excited to
Oh.
try. And it's just, again, the flavor profile is delicious, but they're just dry. Like, how
Right.
do you mess up the basic of the dang noodle?
Yeah.
Sure.
Always betrayed. And they'll say, like you said, delicious things like garlic, blah, blah, blah. Disgusting every time.
Yep.
Also, the Four Town cart, I was so let down because I love Four Town. They're my
Oh,
boys.
Four
All their
Town.
Four Town foods were not for
What do
me.
you think about the Pixar parade that's currently going
I
on?
think it's very cute. I was for
liked
it.
right?
I was for it. They
Yeah.
highlighted the thing that was weird to me was I don't know why the cars are not in there. There was one version of the Pixar
Well,
parade I saw
now-
that Lightning McQueen came
Now
out.
he's in it. Yeah.
Yes, but originally he wasn't. And I was
He
like,
wasn't.
why is
there
there
were no
no
cars in the original
Tomater?
version?
I
yeah.
love Tomater. And Lightning. I was like, this is a missed opportunity.
Have you done the dessert party for that yet?
I did. We did that the first
It was
day.
pretty good.
Can I ask about Corey's favorite item there?
Yeah. Did
What
you
was it?
try the grape soda macaron?
Oh my gosh. So that's another thing. I did, and I immediately disliked it.
Oh no!
But this is why. So again, there's another stigma that like all the black people like grape flavored things. I'm off. I don't like grape flavored things.
Right.
So my boyfriend
You
was
don't
like,
like
this
grape
is delicious.
flavored.
And
I
was
didn't
like,
know that
this-
about you.
I said, this is some freaking hood. What the? So I passed it to him, and he's like, this is delicious. Like, of course you like it, because I didn't
I
expect it to be
forgot
grape.
you didn't like grape
I
stuff.
don't. I like strawberry. So
Right.
if you loved grape things, immediately you're just hit with grape. So again, all my friends that are, grape, y'all would love it. It just gave
It
me
just
instantly-
tasted so nostalgic to me of like classic grape soda.
Exactly. It was nostalgic
Yes.
to me of like my hood friends' grape drink at their house. Not that I ever had hood friends with grape drink,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I just
grape
had
drink.
some in my
Forgot you
30s.
hated grape.
It gave me grape drink, like what I thought Dave Chappelle's grape drink would taste like. That's how I felt. I was betrayed by. We went to go get beignets at Tiana's, and he was like, "I want blueberry beignets." I mean, sorry about grape. I want grape beignets. And the second I was like, "Dang it! This tastes like that artificial grape." He loved
Yeah, I've
them,
heard
I
they're
didn't
not
like them.
good.
They were good if you like grape. I just,
Right.
I'm not
That's not your
a-
thing.
I don't like artificial grape taste.
Just make a fucking standard
Just
good beignet.
But
Yeah.
So yes, I
The
know exactly
fuck?
the thing. I bit into it and was instantly just like, oh, that's great. But again, if you love that nice artificial grape flavor, you will love that macaron. For me, I was just
It
like,
just tasted
oh,
so much
no.
like grape soda, but yeah, you have to like that
Yeah,
flavor.
I'm not. It's very cloyingly sweet and artificial to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like what
Right.
a grape tastes like. I think
No,
that's
it
what bugs
tasted
me.
nothing like
It
grape
doesn't
tastes
taste
like
like a real grape.
No, this
Yes.
tastes like purple.
Yes, it tastes like
It tasted like purple.
tastes like what purple.
Yeah.
It's what
would
purple
taste
tastes like.
Yeah.
Yes. So that just tastes like macaron purple.
Yep.
Yeah. You do great, like fit, like teacher at Hogwarts.
Oh, my fit professor, Penelope Potion.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. How many spells do you think that you actually know off the top of your head?
Oh, I know at least 20 spells.
How long has the whole Harry Potter love, like, walk me through
So
that?
when the whole Harry Potter thing started as a kid, everybody was reading the books.
Yeah.
I didn't read the books because
Yeah.
I didn't even really like to read that much. My mom made me. And I remember picking up the first book, reading a page or two, and was just like, oh, this is just too much, too many words. I'm not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So when the first movie came out, I was into the movie. So I went and I saw all the movies, just like the rest of the kids. I am sad that I wasn't part of like the craziness then.
Sure.
Like, I didn't go to the midnight movies.
The
I didn't go to
screenings,
like
yeah.
the Barnes and Noble at 12 o'clock to get the seventh book. So I liked it, but I wasn't obsessed. So it wasn't until I was in my 20s working at Equinox, I had to become a recruiter. So I had to drive really far. So I was like, I'm going to start listening to audiobooks. So I got my first Harry Potter audiobook. Absolutely loved it. Was like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. Didn't realize this whole other side of Harry Potter that like was the books because
Yeah.
the movies cut out so much.
Sure.
And then I happened to two of the other girls that I worked with were huge Harry Potter fans, and one of my clients at the time was a huge Harry Potter fan. So that got me more into like going down the rabbit hole. And then since I was older with money, I could just do absurd things like, you know, go to the Wizarding World whenever I wanted to and start buying merchandise. And so it just kept getting like evolving and evolving.
You've got that the robe,
Yeah.
the robe money, the wand that chose you money.
She
Exactly.
rocks it,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
She looks
So
great.
I just never looked back. And then that was also the time in my life where I was really coming into like my own of like, yeah, I guess I am just like kind of quirky, kind of nerdy.
Yeah.
This is my thing. My mom thinks I'm crazy. She's like, you're never going to find a husband like that. I was like, I will, Mom. And he'll be a wizard. It's going to be great.
So where is the perfect match for you? What house is he in?
It's weird because I tend to date Hufflepuffs because they just kind of bend to your will as a Gryffindor.
Right.
So I feel like it either would be a Puff or a Gryffindor. Typically are the two.
Can you
Yeah.
recite the whole "No, Ron"? That
Do it. Gemini.
I was just like curious, like
How's
you
that-
take the queen.
No,
No,
not
Ron.
you, not Hermione, you. Okay, wait. He's like, I have to think of like the whole scene because it starts from the beginning. It's like, he's going to sacrifice himself. No, Harry, there must be another way.
That's good. That's good. You did
You
well.
that has to go on, Harry. Not me, not Hermione, you.
You. I love it.
It's so, like, I can recite like half that movie. They're so cute in that first movie.
Did Harry Potter and all that precede Disney, or did Disney precede?
I'm
Like,
pretty like I think I've always been a kid that was always into Disney, and I've always really been into like witchcraft, not in like the weird way, but like I loved Sabrina the Teenage Witch growing up. Like that was
yeah, I
my
love
show.
Oh, yeah.
So like I was a Sabrina person. I was always obsessed with like good witches. You know, I loved
Yeah, yeah.
Bewitched. I loved like all those things. But yeah, I've always been like a Disney princess type of girl. I always liked the idea of Disney. I've always been someone that watches more childlike movies. I feel like there's enough violence and reality in real life that I'm not a huge fan of like going to the movies to watch things that are very realistic.
sure, yeah.
So I've
I
always
can
been
get
more
behind that.
into watching like kid stuff, things that are
More
like I want to get my mind.
fantasy-based things.
Yeah, I love fantasy. I want to go and laugh. I don't want to be sad. I want to go and be
I mean,
full of
literally,
hope.
the basis of us two idiots doing this is
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, we want to
And-
escape from that reality and just enjoy.
Exactly. I was a regular kid in California where my parents were fortunate enough to take me to Disney a few times as a kid, but we weren't going every year. Like,
Sure.
it's expensive. We weren't going to Universal Studios every year. So I got more obsessed with, like, the parks when I got my own money and could make
Yeah.
those decisions. Like, yeah, I'm dropping this money to go. Once I realized that Disney bounding was a thing,
Okay,
and I love cosplaying as it is, so I'm like, yeah, I don't mind dressing up.
your Disney bounds are awesome.
Some of the
Um,
best I've seen, to be honest.
I look at your Disney bounds and I look at like the dumb T-shirt that I bought for like, you know,
And then
like
you-
I'm
somebody
wearing
called
like
me.
a dumb fucking goofy shirt that I spent $40 on that I'm like I kind of like, and it's kind of okay, and I just want to show my spirit. And like then I look at your Disney bounds and I'm like, oh, she's dressed like Sully. This person embodies like
Everything
a
about
look
it.
and like is so excited, and like
You're also
this is her own clothing that like she can repurpose. Like this is so much better.
This is the funniest thing. So I tell my niece and nephew we're gonna go to Disney and we're gonna be Monsters Inc. I'm so glad they're not embarrassed by their auntie because I was like, we're gonna be Monsters Inc. Who do you want to be? And my niece was like, Boo. And my nephew was like, I don't know, Mike or Sully. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be Sully, so you can be Mike. So I just get this like, little workout outfit, midriff. I got my ears, and I'm like, all right, kids, we're going. And they're just it's great. Got so many compliments at the park. So funny. My mom was like, where are you going? I was like, to the park as Sully. People will get it.
Yeah.
They'll get it, Mom.
But also, like, you also do it in a way. Disney bounding, I think, sometimes can look uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, look, that guy is dressed like Mickey Mouse, but he's fucking on fire right now because it's
So
like
hot.
90 fucking degrees at DCA, and he's wearing suspenders and a suit, and I'm like, no, you do it in a way that I'm like, that looks comfortable. That looks like a day at the park. That looks like fun.
I feel like 90% of the time it's activewear.
Yeah, I love activewear. But you know what also helped a lot with my Disney bounds? I think, I my confidence has changed so much over the years. Whereas I used to worry about looking dumb, and now half the time I do not realize when I am dressed what other people would call as eccentrically. I'm just dressed like me.
Right.
I like to be cute and pretty and like wear the skirts and stuff, but half the time I'm like, am I going to get on a theme park ride like this? Like, I need to be able to have pockets or something. So that's why I was so happy when I found some like more tennis skirt type of athletic apparel and stuff where I was like, oh, there's shorts underneath, there's pockets. This is giving, like, I can princess twirl, but if a girl needs to, like, if you get sweaty, it's going to moisturize,
Okay, should we do another drink? Are you
okay to do one more drink?
Of course.
Okay.
We rate things on 1 to 5. I don't think we've rated it, have we?
You gave it a 3.
I gave it a 3.
This is a 2 for me. I don't like it.
I don't taste any alcohol. Well, I taste
It's
the
too
alcohol, but I don't
sweet.
feel the alcohol.
It's too sweet. I would never order this
Give it a
again.
It's a middle of the road 3 for me.
Yeah.
Like, it's
This
like
is a middle's drink. I'm not like mad at it. I would drink again. If you gave it to me, you'll
Okay.
drink it.
Yeah,
Would
but
I
I
order it
won't
again?
order it.
No.
let me ask you a question. Because this will
This
steer
is
what
one of those at Disney I wouldn't waste my calories on.
Yep.
right.
There you go.
Well, let's
Like,
figure out
sugar,
what we
no
can
drink.
waste some calories on. What's next? Let's steer the ship a little bit.
No, you just ask them if there's anything on your list you haven't tried that's not too sweet and that's like a little more alcohol. What's less sweet?
Less sweet, more booze.
Yeah, more alcohol forward, less sweet.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
You could regret this.
It's all never regrets when it comes to alcohol.
Hey, this next drink sums up how I feel about Disney fandom right now. Suffering Bastard.
Suffering. Bastard.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I used to
Oh my
love
God.
Daffy Duck a lot.
She's a woman of many
know.
voices.
I'm a woman of many voices.
She likes everything we like.
I
This
know,
is why
I
I,
know.
suggested
She's like,
her.
this is why she needs to come. On a side note, I can't take Corey seriously because I keep looking at her and then immediately panning up to the pair of boobs above her.
I know.
Yeah.
There's a
Yes,
lovely Hawaiian
that's why
lady
I
with
sit here every
boobies.
time.
And I keep looking at Corey going, boobies.
Would you think anything different of me?
No,
Would I have sat anywhere else?
Absolutely not. But
Here's
they
a-
are brown boobies.
Yeah.
yeah. And they're in
Solid
every
boobies.
single booth.
There's boobies in every booth?
Every booth.
I'm going to have to tell my other friend, there are boobies in every,
Yeah.
they're good boobies.
I know.
There's boobies in every booth.
Okay.
So we got a Suffering Bastard. It's what color? It's yellow. It's yellow with
Yellowish.
some. It's in a hurricane glass. It's got crushed ice. It's got mint, orange,
It's giving
and
tropical.
a maraschino cherry.
Ugh.
And we're gonna drink it.
We're gonna try it.
drink it, and we're gonna tell you what. The
Dave,
drink's
your
awake.
cheers.
The drink's awake, so I'm awake.
Hey. Oh, I got immediately attacked by soda bubbles.
Oh,
Is that Sprite?
it's
Flat soda?
ginger beer.
Ginger beer.
That's
Ginger
flat
beer.
ginger beer. That's what it is. You ever had a flat ginger
Very
beer?
ginger beer heavy.
It's a
I'm
flat
gonna
ginger beer.
I know. I'm gonna
Stir it up. Stir it up, my friends.
Okay.
Let's
I
do
was
a
like, I'm
tiki
getting
chew
bubbles.
sip.
There's more booze in this. I'll say that, which is what we asked for.
You're not wrong. The ginger beer is kind of flat. Or weird tasting. Okay, when you stir it up, it's better.
Stir it up.
It's
Still
giving
not great.
not great Moscow Mule.
Yeah. Well, you're right.
Yes, it's
You're right.
giving a suffering mule.
It's a suffering
It's
mule.
a suffering mule.
This is going to sound really weird. Would I be 100% wrong by saying that this tastes like soap at a public restroom? Kind of
No,
smells.
It does give,
No, it's
yeah,
kinda
it
like
does give
that.
I know that
It is
that's
giving.
probably
It
like
gives
not
that-
going to
it's
set up
It's
your.
giving not a well mixed drink. It's,
Yeah.
it's giving a poorly made mule.
It's not a balanced drink.
I'm going to tell you what's in it. There's lime juice, ginger ale,
Mhm. Oh, that's what it is. Flat ginger ale.
bitters, bourbon, and gin.
Audience, if
Okay.
you've had a flat ginger ale, you know the
Or
taste.
just like a flat flat soda water from the
Flat
gun?
ginger.
Yeah.
Like it's the same.
It's just-
yeah.
This is from the Shepherd's Hotel in Cairo, Egypt,
Oh.
circa 1950.
Oh, interesting.
Legend has it that the turn of the century, on a sweltering rush hour at Shepherd's Bar, some British officers misheard the bartender's comment about his poor, suffering bar steward and christened this drink. Made back then with brandy and ginger beer in place of bourbon and ginger ale, the suffering bastard.
I see.
Here's the thing, and the tough part about the Grog Log is that not all these drinks are good.
Sure. I feel like this is a fun game. As a drinker, I would be down to do this.
It's just fun to
Since
taste different things.
It's fun to try.
and,
Yeah, as someone that likes to adventure with drinks, I think that's my favorite thing to do, to go to bars. And a lot of people don't understand that. I very much like to go to different bars to try craft cocktails and to just taste drinks.
Okay, so what are we going to rate this drink?
A 2.
Two.
It's strong, yeah. I actually feel like it's worse than the first one, to be honest.
I don't like the sweetness of the first one, but this one
Yeah.
also isn't giving me anything that would make
Yeah.
me
I know.
reorder it.
It's giving me, like, because at least the first one gave me a solidly average whiskey sour if I drank them. I think this is a subpar mule.
Okay, I'm going 2.5 because I think I gave the first one a 2.
I'm going to give this a 2.75. I can drink it. I can stomach it. 2 is normally for, like, painful for me. And then
Oh.
1 is normally like, fuck, this is rough. I'm going to down this and there's not going to be a problem.
I can get through it. It's just not particularly delicious.
Right.
Not something you're going
That's
to
right.
reorder.
Not-
Right. Not going to reorder
Okay.
it.
So, yeah. There we go.
Let's go to
Suffering
the My
bastard. Let's suffer through this.
We're
So-
suffering through the suffering bastard.
5. Okay, Brittany.
Yeah.
When we have a guest, we ask them 5 questions. We call it the My 5.
Okay.
High 5, My 5.
I see.
Hit us with the My 5.
What is your favorite theme park?
Disneyland.
Explain yourself.
I was at Disneyland because I can be there all day from rope drop to midnight close. It's nostalgic for me. It gives me childhood. I feel like I can get through an entire Disney day, be there all day,
Yep.
not be bored for one moment, but also not have FOMO that I've missed out on something. I can go through a whole day of Disney, feel the magic, eat all the food, see the shows, feel solidly exhausted, but like I had an awesome day if I go to Disney.
Nice.
And I will get on anything at Disneyland
And be fine with
and
it.
be fine. There's no ride other than Splash Mountain, but it's closed right now. That was the only ride that was a hard pass for me. All the other mountains, all the other rides would not have any ride anxiety. Splash Mountain was the only hard pass that I'd be like, I'm not going on at Disneyland.
I'm with you.
Can I come with you on the first time you go on?
Tiana's? Sure. 'Cause, yeah, I'm suffering. I'm suffering. I'm big girling it up
I'll hold
just
you.
for
I'll hold you.
for Tia. Yeah, I'm suffering through this just for Tia.
Suffering Tiana.
Mhm.
I try-
Suffering Tiana.
Much better.
You
at
can
that
do
than that.
Oh, I can do. It's sad to me that I'm gonna need to be like around like 5 and 6 year olds all there panicking, and I'll be like, it's
But
gonna,
it has nothing to do
gonna
with
be
that.
okay.
It's your comfort level.
yeah. It's just yeah. I just think it's always funny that I'm talking literally to children, trying to be like. So how do you feel about this ride? Yeah, you're about 5. Well, you just cleared the height limit. Have you been
Yeah.
on it? Do you like it?
I'll tell you this. My son can do thrill rides. He did Incredicoaster, loved it. He's 6 years old, but has a core memory of being on Pirates.
That's funny.
And, as like
He did the
a
drop.
1-year-old.
Yeah, and it's
And like refuses to do Pirates.
Yeah.
So I get it. Like,
I think you're solidly either a dropper or a spinner. I'm a spinner. I can
Oh.
spin all day. With teacups, party. So
Teacups is my only no-go.
yeah, and see, I feel like you're either solidly okay with dropping or spinning. I will spin all day. It's like that crazy alien ride at the fair, no problem. So
Right.
I'm a spinner, and I can even do loops. I just hate the fact that I have to drop to loop.
I got
So like Rock and Roller Coaster, I'll suck up. I do like that one. So I can loop. I just don't like to drop. But if you can launch me into a loop, it's just that I don't like the feeling of my stomach dropping. That's the problem.
Have you ever been drunk at a theme park? And bonus points if you've had a very embarrassing drunk moment at a theme park.
No, I don't think I've been drunk at a theme park, which is sad because not that I've tried, but I definitely my expectation when I first started drinking at Disney was that they would give me a solid buzz, and I realized those
No.
bastards do not want to give you a solid
They
buzz.
give you
Right.
like a little choo-choo-choo.
Right. So I think the very first time I went to Tequila Joe's, had like 2 or 3 margaritas. and
R.I.P.
then-
Tequila Joe's.
I know. And so they actually gave a good thing. So I remember riding Space Mountain Buzz, and I was like, this is awesome. This is a whole different experience.
yeah.
And
sure.
then even at Universal, I've had a couple of drinks and stuff, but I've gotten buzzed at Margaritaville. Those are fun. We've definitely went to City Walk afterward and had a fun buzz. I've never done anything embarrassing, but my bestie, she had a few lightning strikes and was just passed out at the bar. So we kept joking like, lightning struck.
Oh no.
So, yeah. And our bartender looked like Hagrid. We loved him. And we didn't know
Oh my God.
we wanted to tell him, but we're like, we don't want to be offended because it was like a good thing. Like he just had this like awesome beard. He was like this hefty guy. It was so dope. We're like, he's Hagrid and made the best drinks.
That's a question. So Hogsmeade has a bunch of beer, right?
Yeah, they do. They
Hogshead
have Wizard's
Club,
Brew.
yeah.
And
Right, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wizard's
that-
Brew.
But isn't it weird that there's no like good cocktails that
There's
is there?
fire whiskey. But because again,
There are cocktails.
well, here's the thing.
But like any like color changing or like any like
so there are Harry Potter themed bars that will do that sort of like color
right,
changing
right.
potion thing.
Yeah.
But the Leaky Cauldron tries to be very authentic, and that's just not something anybody in the Wizarding World would do. They're not going to go in order. They're going to get either just a straight whiskey, like a fire whiskey, or they're going to get beer. And like, you know, if you
Sure.
go to London or especially Scotland, pint and a whiskey. That's all they're going to get. They're going to get whiskey neat and a pint
This is my pitch. An off-book bar.
thing. I feel like I would make it like the potions lab.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I would do something like a potion.
Does Nocturne Alley?
They don't have a bar. So there they have. So okay, here in Hollywood, we have the Three Broomsticks and a
It's
Hogshead.
Hogshead Pub.
Yeah.
But what's the
We have Hogsmeade, and then inside of Hogsmeade we have the Hogshead and the Three Broomsticks.
right? But
In
what's
Diagon
the?
Alley we have Leaky Cauldron.
But there's also that other little pub
Leaky
when
Cauldron
you first
sounds
walk
gross.
in, and
That's Leaky Cauldron.
it's Leaky Cauldron.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's Leaky Cauldron. They don't have a Hogshead, but what they have is they have like an outdoor like brewery area.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
of. The
I don't think it
outdoor
has a
brewery.
name.
Okay.
That I mean, I have to look at my picture to see if there is a Hogshead like there, but I think it's just an outdoor thing. Which I would argue, if there were to be a mixed drink, it should be there because
Yeah.
that's not really canonically anything.
I always see the robes.
Yeah, that means you actually go to school there. You're a real wizard.
I know. They look so fucking
Hot.
hot.
Okay, that is my number one thing. Because okay, let me break it
Yeah,
down
every
for you.
picture you've
Should we
ever
make
posted.
athletic robes?
Right. So here's the thing.
Athleisure robes?
I am all for the commitment, but I have struggled with years with shoving out $200 for an authentic robe set because it is unfreaking realistic in the states of California and Florida to walk around in robes
And
for
they're
90% of the year.
And they're so
thick.
expensive.
Yeah,
They're, again,
yeah.
they're $200. So
Yeah,
I
I,
didn't wanna
was
do it
gonna
for
say,
the
aren't they
longest
like
time.
what $89 or something?
yeah, they're expensive and they're really good quality.
Yeah.
So again, if I was roaming around London, Scotland, somewhere cold, it makes sense. For 2 months here in California, when you go in December and January,
Right.
it's so fun. The rest of the time, it's so hot. So I have a knockoff like version from fun.com, which I love because it actually has like burgundy on the inside. And again, I went to a private school. So even as a private school girl that wore a uniform, you're constantly trying to figure out how to make your uniform stand out.
Yeah.
So I find the authentic Hogwarts robes to just be way too plain for me. And again, the times that I've taken pictures in it, I actually think I made a skit that was a joke of like taking content in California where you immediately are just ripping off layers.
Yeah.
Because you can't walk around in a scarf and robes and it's 90 degrees here. And then in Florida, it's so humid.
Yeah.
And how you said like my Disney bounds are comfortable. I don't know how people sit in the Wizarding World not sweating their balls
Well,
off.
that's what I'm
And
saying.
they're like, I don't know who they are because I'm looking at them like you're sweating your balls
You're
off
nuts.
right now.
Yeah.
It's
How many
hot.
wands do you have?
Okay, let's see. I gotta count now.
There she goes.
I have
I
the
have
first
to know. I have to know.
collector's
These
wand.
I
are
have
like
to know
I'm
this
getting
down.
Then I
tipsy
got a
and I just want to
new
like
collector's
spew all
wand.
my questions.
I have my very first Ollivanders, my second one. I think I only have 6.
What's your go-to?
My go-to is my 2019 collector's wand. It's got a little gold pot. I like it because it accentuates my hat. I now have been very fond of my hat. So that's my go-to. And then my second wand that Ollivander picked out for me. My second wand is
Oh shit! So Ollivander.
I've been picked twice. So my very
what's
first
your, What's your
wand-
secret?
I just look fabulous. They're like, she's a sucker.
Have you looked at Brittany?
Well,
They're like,
I
she's
know.
gonna play along.
She's gonna get picked.
I know. I know.
I was with a child. I was actually with my mentee.
Right.
You
And
were
he
like-
picked me over the child, which I was like, you weren't ready for this,
I know.
Andrea.
Because I walked
I gotta
in with,
go.
I walked in with my kids and I was like, you just have to make your eyes go blink, 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 blink,
They look for who the biggest sucker is in the room. To be honest, this is what I think. I feel like they've been trained to look like who has merch, like who's wearing things,
Who's gonna pay the $60
who
for
knows
the
what
what?
they're gonna
Who's been
buy.
on a podcast saying
Who's
that
been on
I've
Hogwarts?
got money to
I
spend
literally
on-
will give you $60.
Yes.
Here we go.
Who
Yeah.
was on representing Gryffindor in the Hogwarts Tournament of Houses? That girl. Pick her, she'll probably buy it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm actually moving this down to 1.75.
It's just not.
Oh,
it's
it's
not
going
even a good
down.
sipper.
It's
going
It's
down
not a
for
solid
everyone.
sipper. It's again.
literally
Why am I wasting
ginger
my
beer
calories?
or ginger.
Corey, I'm going to propose.
Okay.
Our guest has had 2 bummers of a drink.
I know. What do we do?
Scrap these. I will continue to drink this drink. I'm fine
Oh
with
no,
it.
I am.
No,
I am solidly against wasting liquor.
No.
It's
but-
against my
So are
morals.
we, but
But we've also learned that she's solidly against just like consuming the calories. Like just it's not
waste
worth
the
it.
calories.
It's not
Yeah.
worth it. Let's get our guest something that's good.
yeah, let's get you
Good
something
drink.
good.
Good drink.
and,
yeah.
and I will drink the slop. I will do that.
We'll give Dave all these gross drinks.
I will be your tiki pig.
What should we get Brittany?
Whatever is good here.
I love it. I've now got 3 drinks in front of me. I'm gonna pause it. Okay,
This is
pausing. All right, so I'm drinking.
You're
I'm
drinking everyone's drinks.
I'm drinking everybody's drink.
Yeah, because we decided that ours were not worth the calories, and if we could
And
have.
Dave's drinking them now.
Yeah.
I'm
Dave's
drinking them
doing
because, like I said, I don't know moderation, so I'm okay with it. You all have the Missionary's Downfall,
Yeah, what
and
did
you
you
have a
think
Latin
This
liver.
one.
Oh, it's delicious. It's very refreshing. This is
It's
definitely
like
something that I would
green
want to drink.
juice.
I would drink this poolside and feel healthy about it. I would
Yeah.
feel like I'm making a healthy choice, unawares that I'm also drinking liquor. Like this
Yeah.
to me was what I should have been drinking in St. Kitts when I just went. Like this is the poolside drink I should have had.
Okay.
And then the Latin liver.
Liz made
Also
it
very good.
spicy.
It's giving me Taco Tuesday.
Okay.
I want a drink that gives me Taco Tuesday, and the Latin liver is giving me Taco Tuesday. We love that.
Okay. So where would you rate this?
I'm giving them both 5s. To be honest, they're
Ooh!
totally different though.
Hey.
Missionary's Downfall and Latin
Missionary is a
Liver.
very unique drink. Again, I haven't tasted something like this, and again, I'm very worldly. So to me, this is the perfect poolside beverage. It's very
Yep.
refreshing. It does give a hint of healthiness to it.
Yep.
The Latin liver, again, very unique flavor profile. There's some notes in there that I haven't had before. The spiciness makes you feel awake. I'm hanging out at a cantina. I'm going to drink. I'm going to have some tacos.
Right.
It's a good time.
Okay, good. We got to
Alright.
finish the My Five. What is your go-to drink order?
So it's really seasonal for me. My go-to is usually a margarita.
Well, I like the seasonal.
Yeah. So
optic of
margarita
this.
is my general go-to, especially as a SoCal girl. We have pretty good weather all the time. But if
What
it
kind
is
of margarita, though?
just a classic regular lime margarita on the
Okay.
rocks with salt.
Okay.
You gotta be good at the regular degular.
Gotcha.
Just marg salt. If you can manage a spicy, I love it spicy. I like
I
a
love
good spicy. I love
spicy.
a spicy margarita. Good spicy one. But then if it's a winter month, if it's kind of cold, then a Manhattan. But I don't get a good Manhattan out very often. I make my own at
Sure.
home. So I'm pretty particular about the flavor profile. So I feel like I tend to order old fashions out because genuinely people can do an old fashioned
Sure.
well, more so than a Manhattan.
Okay. I feel like we've touched upon this. What do you geek out about?
Harry Potter.
Who's your favorite Harry Potter character?
I used to say Hermione, and I really like McGonagall. Like,
Okay.
I feel like I am a McGonagall. Like, I want to be Hermione, but Hermione can be annoying sometimes. She has her moments, and
Sure.
I'm not
Sure.
annoying to some. But
Never.
McGonagall is like my spirit. I feel like I am McGonagall. Like, I'm sassy, smart, no nonsense with the kids, but like subtly funny. For sure. I feel like I'm a McG.
Do you think that McGonagall was ever young? I think she was just somebody that came out as like a.
I think she was. And this is where I feel annoyed with the Harry Potter series is that there is so many other things we could dive deep into versus going the Fantastic Beasts route and redoing the series. Like, it's not that I am mad that they're trying to redo the whole thing, but it's like there are so many questions we have. We want to know, what was McGonagall like young? Like, give us, and they gave us a snippet of her in Fantastic Beasts, which was so annoying because it's like, why would you do this to us? Like,
What's wild is that hasn't been an exec out there that's just been like, what about like hot McGonagall?
Well, have you ever? No, I've done. Have you ever Googled Maggie Smith Young?
Yeah, yeah.
Good-looking lady. I won't call her hot, but she was like a good-looking lady of the time. I feel like she was. I was like, look at her.
Other than my Google history,
Yeah.
I don't think that I've ever seen her young.
Yeah. No. Exactly. Well, I mean, why would she? We're of our age.
Yeah.
And of her age, we would have never seen. Like my first memory of her is Wendy in Hook,
Yeah.
and arguably she looks older to me in Wendy than she does.
100%,
as McGonagall. I'm
100%.
like, hey, Wendy. But I honestly think that to me, McGonagall was very smart, very sassy, someone that wanted to like do well, but because of the time period, she knew she needed to just like get married, settle in because it wasn't the time. But I 100% feel like she married a man that knew that about her
Yeah.
and that was like happy with letting her like at home just be like a spitfire. I think she also was a great friend of Dumbledore's, so that when he died, Dumbledore was just like, come on, buddy, come over here and live your best life. So I feel like it would be so interesting because I feel like she was a heroine, probably like running the household where her husband was off at war or something like that. Like,
Did
I
they
feel like
fuck?
No, because Dumbledore's gay. I don't
Dumbledore's
think
gay.
Dumbledore's
Dumbledore's
gay.
J.K.
gay.
Rowling
So, yeah,
said
he's
Dumbledore's
gay. I
gay.
feel like they definitely just had like a great. And that's the thing too. I
Let's
feel like
not
they had
even
great-
get into
Yeah,
that aspect
whole
of
thing.
things.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
But
move
canonically,
on.
he's gay.
He's gay.
But even
Got
then,
it.
before that, I always got like a brother-sister, like sassy relationship from him
Right.
and her. I never got like romantic. Even before I knew that
Yeah,
about
no
Dumbledore,
romantic vibes.
I feel like
Well,
she would be into like someone very. Not that Dumbledore is smart, but I feel
Yeah.
like she would be someone into someone even more academic to me.
Yeah.
She ever hit Snape?
No, he's too young too. I feel like she would be into like not Slughorn. I feel like maybe back in the day she knew The Alchemist. I feel like she was like, Nicholas Flamel is a charming old
That's
chap.
fair.
What about a fucking crazy night where she just gets drunk? Hagrid?
No. There's actually something where she's kind of like
I also feel
semi-flirtatious
like
with somebody.
Hagrid is a friend of the gay community, to be honest.
I do too. I definitely feel like
Okay,
Hagrid
I could
is
see
a
it.
friend. Because Hagrid's just a friend of everyone, and you figure his
Yeah,
whole thing
he
is that
accepts
he likes
everyone.
he accepts
Yeah.
people that or people and creatures that are like typically unacceptable. So I think he definitely would be an ally.
So who's sleeping with who on this?
I don't know if there's anybody at school that I feel like that we've been introduced to that I feel like McGonagall would be into.
Nobody's kind of worthy of McGonagall.
Yeah, like
kind
I
of
feel
thing.
that's like that. I feel like she'd be dating someone in Scotland,
Yeah.
like some like or maybe
She-
someone at a different wizarding school. That's
She's
like
gone
that's
for a
McGonagall.
weekend,
Yeah.
and she just comes back
she's
and
like-
she's just happier.
Yeah,
And
I feel like that's
she's-
McGonagall.
Yeah.
And like again, I think she's like a woman ahead of her times where she wasn't traditional.
McGonagall?
Yeah, I feel like she definitely had some sneaky links just off in Scotland or Ireland or somewhere, and she'd just come back like, "Don't ask questions."
You look very
She's having the time of her life.
Like literally, her letting her hair down. I bet McGonagall's wild at the three broomsticks.
I bet you're right.
Wild. She gave Flitwick the wink and the gun. Like, what do you do with that little self of yours?
Love it.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this is all right.
I don't think Brittany's wrong.
I don't think
Yeah,
she's
that's
a-
wrong.
She's the authority.
I'm supposed to
I'm
go.
going.
She's the authority figure on all of
I'm
this.
supposed to go to LeakyCon and discuss about when fandom becomes canon. I just realized that my fandom needs to be McGonagall's life.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I need to give you guys the backstory on McGonagall.
What's her first name?
Minerva. Because that's so
Minerva?
sexy. Minerva.
Well, that's what you call it. You call it Minerva.
Minerva. Yeah, we call it Minerva.
That's
yeah.
what you call the
called Minerva,
movie
right.
Minerva.
Movie Minerva.
Okay, are
Yeah.
you ready for the My Five number 5?
Let's do it.
This is it.
If you had to go to a restaurant and order one of everything on the menu,
Tacos.
what restaurant would you pick?
Oh, one of everything on the menu.
And you're gonna eat it.
Okay, yeah.
That is tough because I feel like since 2020, all my go-to restaurants are just not there. I
But
hate
you
to
can
say
pick
that.
something that doesn't exist anymore. That's totally
Oh,
fine.
something that doesn't exist
Absolutely.
anymore. That was really good. I would say Nobu. I would order
shit.
pretty much everything
Okay.
on Nobu. I
What's
feel
your,
like.
if you have a go-to dish at Nobu, what's it?
You know, that's the sad part about it. I do
You just
not
like
know.
everything.
There was this me and Julie had the most amazing omakase. Yes. So we have a friend that again was a client of a trainer, and her and I's birthday are a day apart. So we went to Nobu and did an omakase. That was so good.
Yeah.
And they just brought out dish after dish after dish. We don't know what they were called.
Which
What
Nobu?
was
we ate.
delicious?
Nobu in Malibu. And everything was so good. So that's the sad part. I can't even tell you what my favorite dish was there.
It was just everything
because
was
they just
good.
literally brought out plates and we didn't write down names, nothing. So if I went back, I would just be, and I have gone back and be like, I don't know what it was. I feel like ordering a la carte there, like you just don't do it right. And the last time I tried omakase, it just wasn't quite the same.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've had anything there that I disliked.
Right.
And arguably, it is a place that I would just be curious to taste what everything was on the menu.
All right. I'm going to suck down the rest of these
Three drinks we gave
drinks. Yeah, these three. What was this drink? What? I don't even remember what it's called.
I don't remember what it's
Oh,
called.
it was
either.
called Suffering.
Suffering.
No.
Bastard.
I'm gonna let Brittany take it.
Oh, sorry.
It was a suffering bastard.
Yes. I'm gonna suck down the remaining bits of that. We're gonna go
get some food.
We're gonna go get some food,
Pay
and
some
then we're gonna
bills.
send it on home.
Brittany Noelle needs to plug everything that she's amazing
Brittany,
at.
thank you so much for coming.
You're one of the kindest people I've ever met since moving to California.
Oh, thank you.
So where do we follow you? Tell us everything about how we get more Brittany Noelle into our lives.
If you want to know all about my theme park adventures, all things Disney, Harry Potter nerd, just look for Magical Fit Brit. That is on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. If you want my fitness stuff, Instagram, it is B_Noelle Fitness. And then if you want to hang out with me live on Twitch, it's the Fit Queen. I'm also the Fit Queen on TikTok.
Cheers, pigs.
Thank you so much for joining us
Thank
again.
you, Brittany.
Welcome.
It was
It's
a pleasure
great.
having you.
Yeah. All right.
Cheers, friends.
Okay. Bye.
Mahalo.
Bye.
Okay, that's our show for this week. Big thanks to Brittany Noelle again. You can check her out on her Instagram, Magical Fit Brit.
She's just the best.
The best. It was so much fun. We had such a blast.
Such a blast. We're still hanging out.
Yeah, it was such a
Peek
blast.
behind the curtain.
Yeah, such a blast. I finished all three. I finished all the drinks, and I still want to keep on drinking with everybody. So that's what we're gonna do. If you want to check out our Instagram and our social media, it's at My Time the Podcast. Hit us
At
up.
my time, the podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah, and let us know. DM us. I would like to know if you were going to Disney bound in something. Hit me up and let me know what you would Disney bound as and how you would do it. That's your assignment this week. You can call us at 559-WE-DRUNK, which is 559-933-7865, and leave a message. And if you're enjoying the show, leave us a 5-star review on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you listen to this podcast.
Yes.
And give us a little review. And that's it. So until next week, I'm Dave. And
I'm Corey.
that's it.
Mahalo.
Bye.